What's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna be breaking down my track Jump Up. It's one of my favorite tracks I ever made. Fucking love the intro, second drop, just because I'm getting back into trap shit. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so starting off with the intro, it's just like a whole bunch of white noise sweeps and risers and, you know, impacts, shit like that. And then you can see like this whole EQ right here, low mids, some other EQs. All these risers. It's not like nothing too much, just like layering a whole bunch of shit. Right now it's chopped off because I was making something else with it, but yeah, like that's the basic idea. Got the drums right here, or just this drum that I thought sounded nice. Just a virtual ride drum. Oh, no. Excellent drum. Some more impacts, riser, or white noise sweeps, shit like that. All of them separately. A lot of them are super wide too, to fill up all the space. So this group right here is the chords and the melody. I have the chords right here and the melody separated. And I EQ'd them and did certain shit to them separately. So with the chords, you can see I did a bit of side EQ and some mid EQ right here, just to have some space for everything else that's happening in the in the intro. And then I also sidechain this to the melody with Soothe. Without it, you can see that it just like puts a little pocket so that they work together well instead of it clashing. If you can hear that. You know what I mean? And then I have this fire ass sub. Turn down the high end because we have a whole bunch of high end in the chords and pluck. And then I also have these vocals. And I also have this second, this other layer coming in on the second half of the intro. Just to make it sound more like hyper and shit. For the chords, I have that layer. This layer for the low mids. This just to fill out more of it. And then together, that EQ I was talking about. And for the patch, it's actually a patch from AU5 or AL5 or whatever. It's like a super saw video. Yeah, it's a super saw video, and I changed it from like the saw wave to this pole, or I don't know what the fuck that shit is called, like a squarish wave or whatever. But this is the first pluck. This is the second pluck. It's a preset I found that sounded super nice. And then I was just like scrolling through a whole bunch of presets to try to fill it out. Yeah, hi-hats. 2 layers. Nothing crazy. Perks. Or I mean claps and shit. I mean, I call it, I don't know. I don't use a perks layer anymore. I just have it in the drums, but I have some layered claps here. And then this cool ass clap sound from Cymatics with this. And then you can see I put Haas on it because I wanted it to be super wide. Okay, so for the breakdown, I changed out the drum. Now it's like this, it's the drum I use for the buildup. Just the punch drums thing that I used in drop like. Just a compressor, saturator, transient shaper. Some different hi-hats than the intro. same claps with a couple drum breaks and a new snare that kind of has that. I don't know what that rhythm is called, but I like it, so. So I like the sub that this sample originally had. Let me see if I can show in browser. Yeah, so this is what it sounded like originally. And I wanted to process the sub and the rest of the shit separately, so I put it on separate tracks. This is the sub, and then this is the rest of the shit. You can see I put an auto pan on it because without it, it would sound super messy with the mix. It just sounds like there's like too much shit going on, so that's why I put that on there. Kind of adds like a bum 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 rhythm to it, you know. Effects is just like, you know, more intro or more risers, sweeps, white noise, shit like that. That reverse back into each other. And get sidechain to the kick. And then the Vox. The Vox. Some of this stuff is gonna have the Serum FX thing turned off, and it's because the one I downloaded and the one I had before are like named differently. All I did was make it wider with Serum FX with like hyper dimension. It was something like this. Shit's gonna take forever, bro. No, did it crash? Okay, no. So what I did, turn this shit down, and I just turn the mix up like that. Turn the size down too. I just had it like that, and it made it wider. So every time you see that Serum FX thing, it has that knob turned out or turned up to like a certain mix level. And then with the delay going out, user. Go to vocal.
Yes, well, in come the big man with a new sound. Yes, man.
Go to vocal. To the ambience, it's just that same pluck. Hitting that same pattern. Just like a little hype riser in the background. Without it. Onto the build-up. We have some fire ash drums again for the build-up. With that kick that I used in the breakdown. And then some claps layered. And then a little loop. And then a snare. That goes up in frequency as the build-up goes on. Then some hi-hats. Ones that are different from the intro and the build-up or the breakdown. And then I have that same drum build, except I took out the sub because I put my own sub. It's all the hi-hats and shit. It just goes higher and higher. For the effects, it's just hella risers again, and I'm EQing a couple of them so that, you know, they're not conflicting with anything else, with the vocals that are going on in the background, with each other. Each one has a purpose. Actually, you know what? I'm a fucking liar. Sometimes I'm just like stacking shit because it sounds good. I thought all these sounded good together, and the one that really had a purpose was this one and this one, because I needed like those low mids a little bit, because without it, it would sound super shitty. Just like adds a little bit more space, you know. And then I have this white noise going down. Oh, I have this little short riser going up. And then this is the group processing right here. And for the sub, just a normal ass sub. going up +7 semitones. And then I have just like a sub drop. For the vocals, that's the processing of the vocals right there. I separated these into 2 tracks. I could have made them into the same track, but I kind of wanted the tail from that vibrate instead of having it like this. It's like a minor difference, but I'm like a little picky like that. And then I had the pre-drop, of course.
Turn that shit up. Turn that shit up.
And I had it go up at the end.
Turn that shit up.
Instead of it being like this.
Turn that shit up. Turn that shit up. Turn that shit up.
For the ambience, I had the same pluck and the same like hype vocal just go up 7 semitones or some shit like that. Oh, I also had a reverb throw at the end of the build-up. And then I also had this FX.
Turn that shit up.
Onto the drop. So we have these fire-ass drums again. I took a lot of inspiration from LOLLL with these drums. Kind of like that not boxy. I don't know, like a low MIDI kick. It's like sounds like a gulp. I don't know how to fucking explain it, but like that type of kick, and then a super fat ass clap to layer with it. And then all together. For the snare layers, I had these. That snare is like a little bit for the body, so without it, it would sound kind of weird. Or maybe not. Or actually, in context with the whole track, it would sound kind of weird. Yeah, you can definitely hear the difference. Same like punch drums kind of rack thing that I have. And then this is the processing for the hats. The clap. Onto the basses. I'm just gonna start off with the sustain because it's like the first one. Here's the separate layers. This is the group processing with soothe and sidechaining. The same thing I did in the intro with the growls. So that's the first layer. These ones are kind of like side layers, and these are like the mid layers. And then together. All the processing for all that shit right here. With this group, this is kind of like the main body or the main like tonal layer of the growls, and everything else is just supporting it. And then I have some pattern change-ups over here. These are just bounced to audio. This is kind of like the groovy layer, or like the, you know, it kind of keeps a flow going in the background. I feel like that's super important. Flow. All those background rhythms and background perks, claps, something that's like off the rhythm really helps the drop keep a lot of energy. Yeah, so those are all the background shit. So on the second half, I changed the pattern of this LFO so that it just hits like every quarter note. Instead of it going womp 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 womp. And I think that's the only change for that. You can see that I bounced out this patch to audio so that it can fill out the growl of this fill. It just helps it, you know, flow better. And then this is like a snare fill. Just some pink noise just to help fill it out. And then a couple chants. And I think that's like all the effects. It just goes throughout like that. And then this is more fills. You can see I like using reverse crashes a lot, like to go into the next section or go into the next thing. And then I use these same exact two, or I use the same one in every song, because who's gonna care if you're using the same fucking reverse sweep, you know? Yeah, so, you know, just like a super high-end heavy break fill. And then just like some ear candy shit. Like, damn, that shit fire. I love that fill so much. I think that's it. I don't have any other. Oh, yes. Okay. Into the second half of the drop, I have these cool ass fills right here. It's just like, you know, just finding some ear candy, dropping it in there. Or like, you know, just finding things you think sound cool and then dropping it in there, I think is the best course of action. And then if it doesn't fit, then it doesn't fit and you have to find something else. But then you have another sample that you can use for like a future song, or maybe something future in the song that you need another fill for. I just frequency shifted it because I thought it sounded better like that. Sub, just a basic ass sub, you know, sine wave with distortion, nothing special. And then it has like a little pitch bend at the beginning. Here, I'll show. Wow, 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 wow. And then I EQ'd it because I don't want all those other frequencies. All the same sub, just like putting it on another thing, because to be honest, it just helps me with my workflow, putting stuff on different tracks. I think there's another reason why I put it on a different track, but I low-key forgot, and I'm not sure if I can see it right away. But okay, that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Oh yes, of course, the vocals.
I wanna see you do it, 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 do it.
Watch, I get the club.
I don't really have a lot of anything on these vocals besides having one pitched up and one pitched down. And then same thing for now. I love putting vocals in my songs because of Knock 2. Like, bruh, that dude is so fucking good and he inspires me so much. So that was part of the reason why I put like this like kind of that kind of vocal, and you know, some like just like instead of dubstep being so like heavy all the time, I want it to be fun. I feel like everyone's trying to be so fucking heavy, and yeah, I mean like I started out making super heavy shit, and you know, some people might argue like, oh, this sounds really heavy still, but I feel like it has a little bit of swag in it, or it has a little bit of kind of joy or like fun. You know, when you're listening to the song, or what I hope people feel when they're listening to the song is kind of like, oh shit, this shit is hard, but you know, it makes me happy, or it's just like kind of just fun. It's just fun to like bob your head to that shit, you know?
Turn that shit up.
So into the breakdown, or into the second breakdown, I guess.
Watch, I get the club.
Pretty sure it's the same effects from the beginning. Maybe a couple of them are different, just to... Nah, I'm pretty sure it's the same effects from the beginning. You know, just like super wide, big, cinematic impacts and sweeps and stuff. Yeah, and then it just keeps repeating throughout the whole thing, like, you know, the reverse sweeps. Vocal throw. Reverb and decay. For these chords, I am just, you know, having an auto filter go up. Nothing too special. I don't think I have to go in depth with the chords again, besides like me changing the pattern. So I removed this one note from the chord, and then I added it back once the build up fully like, or the breakdown fully like hits, just to add more energy.
Watch, I get the club. Watch, I get the club.
Yeah, so you can hear that little that higher note coming in, and these are the same. Yeah, these are the same chords and shit from everything else. Same sub from the intro also. all I added was a different chord pattern to make it sound more emotional. I actually was, bruh, I was dead ass about to tear up making this breakdown because I just loved it so much, and I still love it today. And I don't know, I just love it so much. So I have this cool little lead right here playing this melody. Let's see if you can hear it. I mean, you can't hear it, but. And then I have another melody going with, I'm pretty sure it's the same patch, just deeper. Yeah. So this is actually one of the saws. It's the saw as one note, you know, some like processing on each one, because to help it fix them, or to help it fit into the mix. Vocals are just repeating. I don't think I really have to explain that. And then on the second half, I bring in the melody again, and then, you know, it's just like a whole bunch of feel good, like damn, bro, I'm really here type shit. Like if you were to hear this shit in the crowd, you'd be like, damn, like, you know, this guy's in his fucking bag right now. Okay, sorry, I'm gassing myself up too much. So I have two different patterns here. One goes down, or one goes up, and then one goes like kind of like a little, just like to add more progression to it. And then I also start adding the claps and, you know, the hi-hats, all the perks, all the perk section coming in. You know, we're all getting hype, getting ready for the fucking drop and everything, shit like that. In the actual song, it has this ad-lib, but I don't have it right now. Wait, where is it? What the fuck? Oh yes, okay, it has that like everybody jump shit, but I just don't have it right now. At the end, I decided to auto-filter it to, you know, signal to the audience that it's over and the next section is coming in. All right, into the second breakdown, I bring the trap kick in, or the trap build-up kick in. Some hi-hats, slowly being auto-filtered, sorry. Some perks. I'm just like slowly auto-filtering the whole shit, besides the FX. Hella risers, hella shit like that. Oh yo, like we're getting lit as fuck right now. I don't really think I have to explain that. Same thing with the vocals. And then I forgot to turn that off. But yeah, okay, so, you know, everything is just like building up. Just having the break drums come in. It's like same thing from the other breakdown, just like everything's building up to the building. All these risers, I think, okay, I'll go into the risers a little bit. All the risers and stuff are just like, you know, just like ear candy shit that I'm trying to find so that it sounds cool. I don't think I have really any processing on that. It's just like the risers themselves. Or maybe if I'm processing it, I'm dipping at the 1K so that the vocals can be more clear. I think we could just get into the next build up now. Yep, some smacking ass trap, not trap drums, just smacking ass build-up drums again. Okay. For these drums, I have the intro drums, just the clap layered with the kick, and then I have the new trap stuff that's coming in, just for some rhythm. Some more hats, and these ones are different from everything else, I'm pretty sure. And then some snares, some perks, rising up in pitch, I think. Did they? I thought they did. Oh, they do actually. Wait, do they? Wait, let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyways, you know, that's like the tonal little low mid. And then some of the build up stuff is the same. I just took some of the build up stuff out. I don't know why I did this, but I just made a whole new build up for the second drop. I guess I just wanted it to sound different than, and then I just have it going up again. And I also am teasing the basses. I have the little reverse swell to get up into the build up. I think I just like reverb the fuck out of these things so that it can not sit so forward, and you're kind of just like, oh, what the fuck does that sound like? You're anticipating it. I also think it should sound different. Wait. Okay, yeah. So it just goes into the trap kick. Oh yes. Okay, so I did change the last kick. I don't know. I think I needed. Oh my god! I'm fucking starting my ass off. I think it just needed a different type of kick. And then same box. Turn that shit up. Yerp. Some reverse sweeps and like it's like a cinematic ass sweep. I think it adds so much to the drop. Like without it. Turn that shit up. And then with it, turn that shit up. And then you can hear I did the reverse sweep for the bass again right here. Turn that shit up. Turn that shit up. All right, now onto the drop. This godlike trap drop, godlike. So we got the drums. If you're figuring out how I made the snare, I didn't make the snare, bro. I found that shit on the ISO's Discord and it sounded amazing. So I just put some punch drums and then accentuated the peak of the snare, like the little doop, doop. That right there. I think I tried making my own, but I just didn't know how to at the time. So got this trap kick and made it super, super tiny. Into the effects. I think with trap, it's just like a whole bunch of filling everything out with background noises and effects, since, I mean, especially with this type of like festival trap, like you want everything to sound super big, reverby, and you know, like everything just engulfs you. So these are all of my background shit. Like that little thing in the background. This little thing in the background. Some strings. And then this for the second part, because the second part is super dry. But this just adds a little bit of flavor to it. And then I just chopped it up. I don't even know. Wait, what the fuck is it? What is even this from? Wait. Oh, it's like... I got this from... I don't know. It's like some... I just found like a cool pattern, I guess, and I decided to rip it. Getting a big fat riser on the second half to go into the first half of the drop again. So with this sub, I have another sub, and it's just like a little more distorted. And I accentuated that peak, that like second harmonic right there, so that it can sound super like dirty, I guess. And then I automated the gain so that it goes down as the... Oh wait, did I? Just with the first... So that it follows a womp womp. Finally, into the basses. These are samples from multiple different things that I just put into... Was it a sampler? or simpler. I don't know. It's either the sampler or the simpler. I'm not sure, but and then all together. You can see all of these are EQ differently, just, you know, to match them. Or, you know, I just fucking slammed OTT on there. You can see I actually use a send track for the reverb to make it sound super like wide. And like there's this thing called there's this thing called Jewels. What the fuck? I was watching a Jewels video. What he does is reverb into OTT. I tried it this time and it didn't really sound good. I just put a reverb send, turned it up right here. Without it, it's on like this. Super fucking dry, right? And then just with the send. Just like adds so much more space. This little downbeat thing. Boom. So I have this layer. I'm just automating the reverb right here. And together. I have this fill. So for the second half, I have this layer, layered with this layer, and that's it. Just some OTT, EQing, simpler or sampler. I just found some samples and they sounded fucking fire together, so. And then I did the reverb trick thing. And then you can see I have some like knock 2 ass vocal right here. And I think I pitched it up. You can see I was like experimenting with so much like different vocals, trying to find some shit, and I finally landed on that. So yeah, and I'm just like changing up some of the sub, changing up some of the kick patterns just to make some variety, but it basically just like repeats. And then I have some risers. And then this one I just cut out all the basses, just have the FX going on in the background, just like to make a breakdown. I bring in the intro vocal again. And boom, that's a song. I have like just like a little reverb throw right here. And that's it. Just for y'all though, I'm about to show you guys a sneak peek of the live edit that I'm gonna play out from now on. So 1 second. This is the new live edit. Let me know if this shit fire or not. Let me know.
Turn that shit up.
Oh shit! That shit was too fire. It was fucking burning up my PC. Some of the hit it vocals. Oh my god, it's just like shitting. My PC is shitting itself right now, bro. That was the breakdown and jump up. I hope y'all fuck with it. I hope you guys learned something new. If you guys want me to break down some of my like IDs or hit it, I think hit it would be a fun thing to break down. Hit it is my new oh shit. Hit it is my new song, by the way. You guys should go check that shit out because I love the intro on that thing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.